Yo, what's happening, folks? How you doing? You know who it is. It's your favorite person's favorite person. Yeah. Here we go. Santa Claus sighting. Santa Claus sighting. All right, cool. As we know, first impressions are often lasting ones. So how are we presenting when it comes to our first impression? How are people getting to know us? What happens when we walk in a room? What happens when you have an opportunity to speak to someone for the first time? Are we using that ability as are we using that opportunity as an opportunity to connect with someone that matters? Is that what's happening? All too often, we squander that opportunity. Most people will tell you, hey, first impressions are lasting. Your first impression is so important. If that is true, then we should spend more time on that first impression, how we connect with people. There are a few things I'm going to share with you today that are going to help you improve those first impressions and how to pitch yourself in 10 seconds or less. Listen, most of the time, even on social media, you have, let's say, that three seconds when someone visits your website to have some kind of impression, or when you're in person with someone, do you lose connection with them immediately because of what you said? Maybe not what you said, but how you said it, how you presented yourself when you were in the process of connecting with someone. Now, when it comes to pitching yourself in 10 seconds or less, and I'll start even before that, because some people are like, Stan, life is not a pitch, and then you whatever. Listen, everything we do is a pitch, much like everything we do is marketing. And it's unfortunate because in some industries, people are very turned off by the word marketing or sales, but quite honestly, you'll hear me say often, everything is marketing and sales. Everything is marketing and sales. You are pitching for everything. You don't believe me? Ever have a job? Ever gone on a job interview? Ever been on a date? Ever wanted a date? Ever wanted a better grade on a project in school? Ever wanted to go out and your parents didn't want you to go? Everything is a pitch. The sooner we recognize that, the better. Even with these new apps that we come on, or even Facebook, Instagram Lives, LinkedIn Lives, all those different avenues are opportunities to connect with people. But if we are not connecting with them in a way in which they can receive it or know what you do, then we're missing out on an opportunity. And this isn't just for entrepreneurs or business owners. This is for everyone. But quite honestly, everyone is an individual brand. Everyone has this individual opportunity to grow, to understand that it's important to make sure people know, like, and trust them. And it's not on other people to make sure that you are known, liked, and trusted. It's on you to make sure that people know, like, and trust you. If you are in the process right now of trying to pitch something to someone, whatever it is, feel free to comment what that is. And for whatever reason you don't catch me live, I'll do my best to comment in whatever section you're in or wherever you're listening from. But it's really important to be able to let people know what you do and how you do it in a way that makes them go, oh, right, that's important. For example, a lot of you, if you've been with me a very long time, you're familiar with my Am I Too Sexy brand, which is about, helping people build their self-esteem from the neck up, inside out, and some different components that went into that. Now, Am I Too Sexy all by itself? That's difficult. It can be difficult to explain. It can certainly turn some people off depending on, again, their mind state and who they think you are when you're posing that question, am I too sexy? Or when you say, here's this book, the title is Am I Too Sexy? Really? What's that? Well, my name is Stan Pearson II, and I help people find their sexy from the inside out. Oh, right. Think about that. Like letting folks know immediately within 10 seconds of what you do. Or it's like, oh, you know how sometimes people struggle with confidence and how they feel about themselves and insecurities? Yeah. Well, I help people get over that by helping them find their sexy and confidence from the inside out. Boom. That happened in less than 10 seconds. That's what we need to be able to do clearly when we are introducing ourselves and the service that we provide. Is it landscaping? Is it tree cutting? Is it mindset coaching? Is it professional speaking? Is it diversity consultations? Is it being a doctor, an attorney, a dentist? All those things, because anyone, oh, I'm a dentist. There are a bunch of dentists, and that's how they introduce themselves. There are a bunch of doctors. Oh, I'm a doctor. They introduce themselves the way that everyone in that profession introduces themselves. Every industry can be extremely crowded when you're in the space. So do you give people a chance to truly understand what you do by stating a question? Hey, you know how a lot of folks struggle with cavities sometimes? Whew, yeah, me, yeah. Well, actually, I'm a dentist and I specialize in boom, 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 boom. Or you know how, a lot of folks are scared of what's going on with COVID right now and, question their health and they're a little bit insecure about where they are from a health standpoint. Yeah. Well, I'm a doctor and I help boom, 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 boom. Right. What you're doing is you're setting up the yes. Heck, if you're into selling homes, you know how, the real estate market can be really crazy and folks are really trying to find the perfect house for them. Yeah, well, actually, that's what I do. I'm a real estate agent. I help people find the perfect home for them and their family. Boom, right? What you're doing is you're setting up the yes. You're setting up the yes. Everyone is going to know the answer. Everyone's going to know the answer is yes to the question that you posed previously. Like, do you know anyone that's anxious when they speak, or they're a little bit introverted and they get nervous in front of large groups? Yeah. Well, essentially, I help the introverted and anxious give the perfect presentation so they can create more opportunity and profit for their families and their livelihood. Boom, right? It's setting up that question. And that is what ultimately can help you grow, develop, so you can be known, liked, and trusted by the people who may be needing your services. Now, the last thing I'll give you all is when you're meeting someone in person, it's important to know their name. And that is another touch point that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Some people say they're bad at memorizing names, or they're bad at remembering names, in part because you don't practice remembering names. What if you practice remembering names? You might get better at it. It's like anytime I meet someone for the initial moment, I repeat their name at least 3 times. At least 3 times. Why is that important? Because now it's locking into my subconscious. And then I want to say something that's going to help me remember it, especially if I'm going to see that person 5 minutes from now, 10 minutes from now, an hour from now. Hey, how you doing? My name is Stan. Oh, Cynthia. Oh, great. Great to meet you, Cynthia. Cool. So that's twice right there. Let's say Cynthia's got to walk away for something, or, okay, hey, Cynthia, it was great meeting you. Okay. All right. Talk to you soon, Cynthia. Boom. That's 5 times right now. I just said Cynthia's name. Now, if the person is in the same space as me, I'm going to be interacting with them through the night. Maybe I'm like, oh, red hat or black shoes. Okay, purple pant, whatever it is, I've just attached something. I've anchored my memory to the name. A lot of the times when people who meet folks, they're like, I'm horrible at remembering names. Why? Because you never asked their name in the first place. Let's say, hey, my name is Stan. And I don't ask what their name is. They don't give their name, and then I don't practice it. A lot of y'all, I don't know if you know, I posted about it earlier, but I went to the doctor today. It's important for me to know who's working on me and spending time with that. Yes, I want to know your name. Hey, what's your name? I didn't hear it. In part because the person never told me their name initially, right? When you're engaging with someone, people don't always give their name. They're in work mode, so they're not necessarily thinking. It's not embedded in them always. But what I want to do is I want to give them a chance to win. I don't want to make them feel bad for not giving me their name. So like, hey, I didn't catch your name. What was it again? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, my name is Boom. Give me the name. Got you. Boom. All right, great. As they leave the room, hey, thanks a lot. Boom. Yeah. Bam, that's saying their name 3 or 4 times right then. So you will get better at learning and understanding and remembering names if you practice it. You're thinking, Stan, seems tough. I don't know. Listen, practice. You want to know? I'll tell you how I practice. Everyone that comes in contact with me, I practice with them. Everyone. So I'm continuously improving because it's an area I think is important. People understand it's important. It's important to know someone's name. So let's say if you go to a restaurant, I actually look for name tags when I'm in grocery stores, when I'm in restaurants, when I'm at Home Depot. I look for name tags. So if someone helps me, what's that, Kevin? Awesome. Hey, Kevin, I appreciate your help a lot. Thanks so much. I may see Kevin at the register or I'm walking. Hey, Kevin, I appreciate you big time. Thank you. Have a great one. That's 4 times. Now, what did I do too? I also made Kevin look like a rock star around his colleagues and friends and other customers. They want to know, who's Kevin? I want to know who Kevin is. Or, Kevin, you know that guy? Right? I've just elevated him. That's going to help people with their confidence as well. But it was also helping me improve the names that I deal with. Now, when I come in, I'm looking for Kevin. Right? I know the person by name. Here's the other trick. I'll call it a hack. It really isn't. But when I do this in restaurants, I get much better service than most on a regular basis. Always. Now, I haven't been in a restaurant in a very long time. Let's say Mason was the last server. That was a long time ago. Say it's Mason. Oh, great, Mason. I know Mason's name from the beginning. Hey, Mason, really quick. I forgot something. Boom. Not only see Mason has an opportunity now, because do me and Mason, are we friends or are we foes? Mason also knows that I know his name. If I don't know anybody else's name in the restaurant, I know Mason's name. So he is now invested in the relationship. He wants things to go right just as much as I want things to go right. And when you have people's names, when you know people's names, you can hold them accountable as well. You can begin to dictate the vibe of the relationship. These are small things that people don't always realize that they absolutely should. Kendrick Mays, how's it going? Nice hat, Stan Pearson, great information. Appreciate this big net. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. This is Santa Claus sighting. This hat, believe it or not, is just about 40 years old. The hat is about 40 years old. Thank you. I appreciate it big time. Santa Claus, again, Santa Claus sighting. These are small things that are going to separate you in business, in life, and obviously in the workplace, because everyone doesn't do it. A lot of people, I won't say they think they're too good to know someone's name, but we're just moving. It's life happening. I don't have time to know your name. It cost me 5 extra seconds to know someone's name, to go through that regimen where I repeat their name 4 or 5 times. I'll tell you this. There's someone, I go to a store and the person's name is D. Me and D are cool now. I said D's name. The first interaction with D and I, maybe I said D's name 7 times. It wasn't overly done, but it was just necessary in the spirit of the conversation, what I needed, trying to help me find something. I knew D's name. So now when I walk in, D, what's happening? How you doing? D is trying to make sure I am taken care of no matter what. Those are the kind of things that's happened with practice. So now I do it in other ways. The person that brings us our mail, I know their name. The person that picks up our trash, the person that picks up the trash, I know their name. I'm connecting with them. They know my name to some degree. And if they don't, it's okay. That's not the way that I set it up. But when they see me, they know me.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
What in the? I'm having trouble hearing me. I don't even know what that was. Did you all hear that? That scared me. I hope I don't hear it again. That was weird. I literally don't know where that came from. Live television, folks, that's what happens. I literally don't know where that came from. At any rate, that's what I wanted to share with you all. So understand that when you are working on when you are developing the skill set of remembering names, you have to work it. It's a muscle that you regularly want to practice, and practice on, folks, when you order food, when you go to restaurants, when you go to stores, heck, when you're talking to new friends, when you're engaging with folks on social media, use their names. Obviously, now is a new Clubhouse app. When I'm on Clubhouse, I'm certainly knowing the folks' names. I will repeat their name when I'm asking a question or making a statement that I'm bringing value to the group, especially for the people that I really want to know. So think about that. When you're out and about, as the world begins to open back up, Engage with people that you want to know and then know their names. Be able to tell them goodbye by name. And that it was a pleasure to meet them by name. Hey, if I can ever be of service, XYZ let me know. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Again, these are small things that everyone is not doing. They just aren't, because they think it takes too much work to know people's names. And you'd be amazed at how sometimes people's faces will light up when you say their name. Why is that? Because everyone doesn't care, right? And I say that affectionately, not that people are mean, but just quite simply, everyone doesn't care to know your name or remember your name, okay? So going away, here are a couple things I want to make sure you all lock in and understand. Know that it's important to have your 10-second pitch. Sometimes people may call it a spiel. That kind of sounds like it's minimizing it, but your 10-second pitch. Now there's an elevator pitch as well, but it's important to, and I teach a 10-second pitch system, but it's important to have 10-second pitch. Sometimes you don't have more than that when you're getting to know people, when you're getting to say hello, when you're introducing yourself, when you want to have an impact on folks. You don't have 60 seconds always. You don't often have a minute or 5 minutes. Or let's say if you're in a professional business and you're a vendor, you're at conferences, and you're at expos and you have an opportunity to introduce yourself to people. If you don't know how to do that, that's not just leaving money on the table. That's having to watch money walk away. That's it. Everyone has a job. Everyone works somewhere or works for someone, right? It's important to practice pitching regularly, period. You have a boss, pitch them something. What? I don't know. Something that's going to take you 10 seconds or less to get out, and then make them think. Have them do the hard work, right? Because they're not expecting it. Sometimes we coast through our jobs and experiences and opportunities without challenging the folks that we're able to work with. These small things will make you different because everyone isn't doing it. You can challenge that if you like to, but just think to yourself, who else is doing it, right? Who else is doing it? When's the last time you were in a conversation that with someone that you did not know and they repeated your name 3 or 4 times? Ask yourself, right? And still remembered your name later. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, man? Girl, how you doing? Right? They didn't remember, right? So, and that's okay, because what also happens is, and I won't say I set it up like this, but if I know your name and you can't remember mine, I've almost created some reciprocity. You feel like you have to, like, he remembers mine. I don't remember that. Like, it's all right. It's cool. I'm just good with remembering names. It's all right. I'll let them know what a skill set of mine is. That's going to make them want to, how do you get good at that? I want to get good at that. Boom. Now that's even more conversation that can be had. Or they want to make it up to you. Whenever people do you wrong, or it's considered to do you wrong, they want to make it up to you. And that is just another opportunity to build a great relationship. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, feel free to put that in the comment section, your favorite takeaway from this particular brief masterclass. It's, let's say, 15, 16-minute masterclass. If you had a favorite takeaway, please let me know what that is in the comment section. Also, feel free to go to simplyspeakuniversity.com, where you can tap into just learning more about how to give the perfect presentation and get rid of the anxiety and the stress of having to present in front of people, whether it be 2 people or 2,000 people or 2 million people. But either way, I look forward to connecting with you all early and often. Remember that you're good, you're great, you're worth it. And that obviously effort on fire beats knowledge on ice. Stop using perfection as a reason or a tool not to get started. So I look forward to seeing more of you all in the future. If you know someone that this can benefit, you'd be crazy not to share this with them. You'd be crazy. I say that respectfully, but you'd still be crazy. So if you feel like this was, if there were some great takeaways from this, just tag someone in the comments. You don't even have to share it. Just tag them in these comments so they can check it out for themselves and see how it helps them. So know people, understand how people work and how they think, and watch your world begin to change too. My name is Stan Pearson II. You heard it here first. Have an amazing day. Peace.